There is nothing but red in the market today, and Tesla was actually green at one point. It did end the day down at 1.64% at about $210. But there is a bullish setup in play, and I want to go over exactly that setup in this video. I want to also talk about the current state of Tesla and how you guys can actually walk away from this video being able to dictate the trend, the mode, and most likely where Tesla is going to move in the next couple of weeks without having to spend years and years learning price action. We're going to focus heavily on the basics, and you're going to walk away from this video having a much better understanding of how the market operates in general. Now, if we take a look at Tesla with no indicators at all on, I want you to first start to mark off your lows and your highs that have not been taken out yet. If we were to mark off a low, you can see that we have one down here at $168. The next low would be here at $185. And then from there, we have another low of $205. We don't pick any of these lows because price has already taken them out. So the only three lows we see on this chart are right here. Now, I want you to genuinely ask yourself, are we making higher lows or are we making lower lows? Well, in this case, we're making higher lows. This is a sign normally of an uptrend if we have higher lows and higher highs. But if we take a look at the highs, you're going to notice that we don't have that. We actually have what's called lower highs. So all of these highs are obviously making lower points. And this is now going to dictate what our mode is. Now, the mode in the market has three of them. We teach them within our free courses. The first one is an expansion. This is when the stock is in an aggressive move to the upside. The second is called a capitulation. This is when the stock is in a drastic sell-off to the downside with selling pressure. Then we have what's called compression, and this is when the stock is making lower highs, but higher lows. If you were to take a trend line tool, this is basically how you draw your trend lines. You just connect all of your trend lines to those same exact points. So if we look at this resistance trend line, you can see that every single time price has come up to this level, it has rejected. If we therefore go in and attach all of these supports, you're going to see that price has actually bounced off of this level and now we are squeezing. Now that we know this bigger time frame is compressing, and we also know, for those of you who watch this channel a lot, that on the weekly chart, we're actually over the market bias. So the trend is bull, but the mode is compressing. This means that we need to take out a major resistance in order to break out, or we need to take out a major support if we're going to break down. And if we look at the 4-hour chart today, we saw something very, very interesting occur with Tesla. Now, what we're going to be talking about in this section is called break of structure. But instead of looking at this longer time view, we're going to look at certain segments within price action that has occurred in this squeeze. The indicator that we're going to be using in this video, we teach it within our private academy. The link to all of that is in the description, but it's called smart money breakouts. And you're going to notice that this is a very, very accurate indicator. At the top right side of your screen, winning trades is 339, losing trades is 139. And you do not have to use this indicator once you understand market structure. But for somebody who is a beginner, this tool is very, very potent, which is why I focus on teaching it. If you want to learn more about all of the indicators that you see in this video, as well as the proprietary settings and the step-by-step trading system that I've built, you can take all of our courses completely free with the link in the description. You can see that we broke structure back here on Wednesday, July 17th. Price sold off, pushed back up, sold off down 10% to take out our target. But it doesn't always work out. We actually had a structure shift short term back on the 29th of July. Normally, we would run our way up to $241. This is why we were expecting, if you guys remember a couple of months ago, the push up to this trend line and then the sell-off. That push never happened. This sold off. And this is a great example of, even though we have a very, very high accuracy with this indicator and with this strategy, that patterns can simply fail. And as long as you're sticking to the strategy, it doesn't matter if the pattern fails because that's not our fault. We should be managing our trades, not making sure that our trades work out in our favor, because I followed that setup to a T and it just didn't work out. If we move to the two recent ones, you're going to see that we had a break of structure because we took out this high, price pushed its way up, hit our target. On this sell off, price broke this low, continued to sell off. Now today, you can see that we actually broke structure on the 4-hour by pushing over 215 and holding over 215. I posted this on my X account, so if you're watching this on YouTube, I highly recommend that you follow me on X because it's a lot easier for me to update on any positions that I'm watching in real time versus shooting a video at the end of the day on YouTube. Now, we're still pushed within this range, but the fact that we know that when price pushes over this level, that there is an 80% chance that Tesla is going to move back up to $222, I really like that setup. So if we were to enter here at 210.54, set a take profit up at $221, and our stop loss typically would be $204. Realistically, I wouldn't listen to the indicator. I'd set a stop loss down here at 202. The reason for that is I want to take this old candle wick out before I walk away from the position, because that would be break of structure to the downside. That would be confirmation that this breakout we think is going to happen over the next couple of months will not occur. If we set our stop loss down there, we have a 1.39 risk versus reward. And now for all of the traders out there who watch other coaches and other people, you might see 1.39 and think to yourself, that's not even worth taking. But I promise you, it is more than worth it to take that trade. There are so many traders and people out there who only show 10 to 1, 15 to 1, 5 to 1 risk versus reward. And the truth is that there is no way that I've seen in my 9 years of doing this, it's still possible, but I've never seen a strategy that's right 70, 80% of the time that has an RVR of 3 to 1, 4 to 1, 5 to 1. Typically, the higher the risk versus reward, the lower the chance of the trade playing out. You can still be very, very profitable with a low accuracy percentage, but with a very high risk versus reward. I instead focus heavily with my trading strategies on having decent RVR, so 1 to 1, but with an 80% success rate, because I understand that number one, from a psychology level, it's a lot easier to just live this way because you're not constantly getting your teeth kicked in. And number two, it is just a more consistent way to do this if you eventually are going to be living off of the market. So where we are right now, statistically, there's about an 80% chance that Tesla is going to find a support level here around 210 tomorrow, and then from there, potentially bounce and move our way back up. Now, does this have to occur? Of course not. Nothing in the market has to happen, which is why whenever we take a trade, we don't take it because we think it's going to make money. We simply take it because our requirements are met. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you want to trade alongside of me each and every single day, get access to all of my real-time alerts, private live streams, as well as a trading community of over 800 other traders using the same exact strategy that you see here each and every single day. If you want to join the team, you can use the link in the description to join the private mentorship group. If you don't feel like you're quite ready for that, then take advantage of all of the free courses that we have on our website. Thank you guys for all the support, and I'll see you next time.